Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My under eye on this camera looks really crazy, but I just want to jump into today's video, and I just have to say I'm so just overwhelmed. I just got done worshiping and I'm just like, I don't want to say overwhelmed because I'm not overwhelmed, but like I just feel so full of God's presence, and I just pray that you're having a great day wherever you are. Whatever you're feeling this morning, I just pray that you have a great day today. I wanted to speak on the fact that I went to church. I attended a church on Sunday, and it is Union Church, and I'm just going to tell you my thoughts about it. So, I actually attended this church like 3 times, and let me tell you, number one, it's a personal thing here. I know I'm scaring you. I'm not trying to gaslight you. But, okay, so let's just dial back to, like, 2021. I actually attended Transformation Church online. And I was doing that for a while, and out of nowhere, a couple months ago, my best friend was like, hey, I just started going to this church. I think you'll really like it. So I went to Union Church for the first time, and absolutely I loved it. I loved it. If you've been watching my videos, you have seen that I actually am in, I call it the silent or sitting season with God. And I'm also postpartum. I'm also 8 months postpartum, and so I think for me, it was during a time that I really feel like God was setting me in a season where I really needed to be by myself, and I really needed to just figure myself out. And I mean that in a way of, I feel like God has been changing the way that I interact and communicate with people, and I feel like I was just in such a silent season, and I just needed to sit by myself. And going to church, I loved it, but I kind of felt like I wasn't ready. And so talked to my best friend about it, and she goes, well, if you don't think that you're ready, go whenever you're ready. Don't push yourself. It's not a chore, and it's not, that type of thing. So go whenever you're ready. And I still attended at home. I was still watching Pastor Steven, Pastor Zai, and Pastor PB. And I was still watching their sermons at home every Sunday and throughout the week, just to study them and really soak them in. And this past Sunday, I went because my best friend's son, her oldest son, actually got baptized Sunday. And so this was the first time I went back. And one thing about Union that I can say is whenever you're walking up to the building, people genuinely, the greeting staff that they have, do such a great job of making people feel so welcome. And going through the depression stage, and God, let me not cry. See, like I'm just really happy. But going through postpartum, going through depression, and going through that sitting season where sometimes you may not feel seen, or you're doing the right thing, or you're just struggling, like going up and walking up to a church and actually being greeted by people, and not in the sense of, hey, good morning, not just like that. It's, hey, what's your name? Like, I'm so happy you're here. How did you hear about us? I'm so excited that you're, like, being seen and being acknowledged, like, hey, I'm so happy that you are here. And it's honestly a beautiful feeling. And so to the sermon, I'm in North Carolina, so I attended Union Church Charlotte, and Pastor Brian PB, I felt as if he was sitting in front of me and speaking to me for an hour. Like, that's how I know targeted sounds kind of great, like, targeted, but that sermon, like, whenever we got out, I didn't sit with my best friend just because, like, I give her family time. Like, this is, you and your husband are here, like, I want you guys to, I'm not trying to intrude or whatever. Even though she doesn't feel that way. But I want to give them space, so I went and I sat down. And we got out, and I was like, wow. And she said, I was thinking of you the whole time about how like on point that was to you. And I can genuinely say I'm just so excited. And I felt guilty the first time that I attended because I was nervous, of course, going to a new church. I was nervous. You know, I'm a very shy person. And I just had that guilt of like, I wanted to be excited. Like the second time I went, I wasn't excited. I was still nervous. Didn't feel like I should be there. Like I didn't feel that way. And so this time, whenever I pulled into the parking lot, I genuinely felt excited. And now I feel excited to go back. And so I just wanted to share this with you because it is hard to find a new church. I'm just going to say it. It's hard to find a church that you genuinely have trust in and you feel comfortable. The people make you feel welcome. The people don't, you know, you don't feel like you're judged and you don't feel like you're, you know, you just don't feel that way. I grew up with that feeling, and I grew up in, I don't want to say I grew up in a church because I only went to church whenever I was at like my mom's house. So in the churches that I attended younger, how do I say this? I don't want to step on any toes, but I'm just going to be truthful. I'm just going to be honest with you. I grew up going to churches that they used God as a cover-up to make themselves look like good people. That's the only way that I can say it. If I step on toes, I do. Obviously, none of these people are, I don't even know. They're probably, I don't know. But, you know, and it really makes you like, oh God, like growing up, I'm like, God's people aren't doing this stuff. Like, God's people aren't talking to people like this, you know. They're not talking about this kind of stuff. They're not, you know, and these are like elders of the church and everything. And I'm just like, y'all, these are not God's people. And I remember recognizing that at a young age. And so those are the examples that I had growing up. So I never wanted any parts of it. I never, like, I didn't trust, I didn't trust churches. I'm not going to lie to you. And so I found, like I said, I attended online Transformation Church, but of course it's all the way in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I didn't have that connection of I can go into church, and that's something that was always on my mind. I always wanted to feel the sense of going into church and really like going to God's house, and that's something I always wanted. And of course I was still like skeptical, of course, but attending Union Church, I can honestly tell you, I'm so beyond blessed. And again, I'm just telling you all this, and I'm going to link it down below if you're having a hard time finding a church that you genuinely trust. I truly feel now that we're in a culture now to where somebody, like any type of pastor, any type of anything, people are always going to try to bring them down, or they're going to try to say things to try to cancel them. I just feel like that's just the culture that we're in right now. And I truly believe that both senior pastors, Pastor Stephen and Pastor Zai and PB, all of them, they really preach from the Bible, and I absolutely love that. It's not just, you know, I'm not going to step on any toes about other people, but I like they got scripture to back it up. It's not just I'm going to get up here and try to motivate you. It's I'm preaching to you, and here is the context, here is, you know, and it's just beautiful. And so I want to link that down below if you're having a really hard time finding any churches, because I am beyond blessed, and my best friend had blessed me with the knowledge of this church, because now I feel like I just can't wait to go, and I can't wait to be in that presence. So everything will be linked down below for you guys. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I'm about to go into work, so I just had to get this out. And if you are struggling like me, I really hope that this helps you. I really hope that I really hope that you feel at home with this church. I really do. No matter if you're attending online, if you're in Maryland, Baltimore area, there's a couple campuses, as well as Charlotte and Mint Hill. But I love you guys so much, and I just hope that you have a great day. Thank you for watching.